Hello and welcome to Social Media Weekly, episode 9th July 2019. Social Media Weekly is brought to you by Virtual Peddlers Marketing, the digital marketing agency that helps small businesses go digital. My name is Sean.
And I'm JK.
This week's news, Facebook's algorithm now targets misleading health information and cures. Instagram has a new sticker to invite people into chat rooms. Instagram, have you tried that?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll talk about that. Instagram protecting bullying with these two features. Snapchat rolls out another game and takes on the market with a new position.
Mm-hmm.
And India moves to block Libra from entering the country.
Oopsie.
Yeah.
First hurdle.
Back to our stories. Facebook's new algorithm now targets misleading health information and cures. We've seen a lot of cures and home remedies made with everyday ingredients on Facebook. They claim to do so much more than over-the-counter medication, right? They can, and they, in a way, create controversy against Big Pharma as well, because the things that they claim is that all this medication that is sold by big pharmaceutical companies cannot help you cure cancer. But we have a home remedy that can help you do that, because this has been trusted down generations and blah, 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 and things like that.
Okay.
We don't know if any of them are true, because these alternative cures have never been proven anyway, because there is no like black and white from a science lab that actually proves it, right? But anyway, Facebook is going to take a stand against them. They say it's better to be safe than sorry. If your Facebook page has been found selling miracle cures and promoting alternative remedies, their reach will be severely demoted into a point where nobody will see it as well. Once you stop posting these content, Facebook says your post will eventually return to normal in terms of reach. But this doesn't, it's nice and all that, but I find that the problem here is not in pages, but rather individuals.
Yeah, who posted all this misleading
Who
information.
post all this misinformation and alternative medication. For example, you have like MLM companies like Herbalife. They sell alternative supplements and medication, right? And they use individuals to do all this information sharing, because all their distributors are all using individual accounts instead of page accounts. And at the moment, Facebook's algorithm is not targeting individuals. And I think it's a bad loophole. It's like if brands cannot use pages to do all this misinformation sharing, they'll just use a bunch of individuals to do that. It's no different.
It's another way they can do it.
Yeah.
So what's the difference?
There is no difference, right?
Yeah.
It comes back to the same thing. So, but on one side, it's nice to have these kind of alternative medication posts the reach be reduced a little bit, because we don't even know if these things are actually true. You know?
Yeah, it's sort of like it's not tagged by proper credentials and stuff like that. So I think I wouldn't say it's Facebook issue. So Facebook is just a marketing tool that amplifies your product in terms of branding and everything. But in the end, ultimately, if it's bad, it amplifies as well.
Yeah.
In terms of comment and everything, the market will adjust the brand itself.
It's just a platform, but I think Facebook now feels that they are somehow responsible and because of this responsibility, they hold to themselves to control what content goes out. Like for example, there was one video which was viral that talks about a bunch of people creating their own homemade sunblock. So imagine if you create a homemade sunblock, believing that this sunblock works, right? And you go out and use it, and then you get skin cancer, because there is no sunblock properties in that sunblock.
Correct, yeah.
And then, for example, let's say if your family is battling cancer, and then they have this bunch of home remedy that includes like super antioxidant fruits,
cure cancer,
blend fruits and everything to cure cancer, but not knowing the fact that cancer feeds on sugar. And if your fruit is high in sugar, you're actually making the cancer worse instead of better. I mean, we don't know all these things, right?
Correct, yeah.
As far as we know is the best that we know is the best that we know, which is what the scans tell us, what the doctors tell us. They are not 100% sure of what's going on, but being 50% there, I think it's a lot further than us sitting down at the corner and saying like, let's just throw a bunch of blueberries there and then,
assuming things like that. But I would believe that what goes around comes around also lah. So for instance, like if the marketing is so easily done that way, I mean, okay lah, sadly, unfortunately, someone has to be the scapegoat first.
Yeah.
Then the scapegoat can easily just use Facebook and tag back the page and
hey, it doesn't work,
and then this caused me, it happens that way.
But the problem here is, so let me ask you a question now, right? It's like, for example, if I were to take this home remedy and I realized that I did not this home remedy for sunblock,
correct,
and I eventually got skin cancer anyway,
correct,
how do I prove that it's the fault of this sunblock that didn't work?
Well, usually it's the same like how how customer complains to a brand itself. Like like let's say a customer wants to complain about the hygiene of a certain restaurant because there's a cockroach there or whatever.
Yeah.
Take picture and that's how people work in social media.
Yeah, but let's say a cockroach is a cockroach. It's either you see it or you don't, right? But you getting cancer from you getting skin cancer can be due to a number of attributes.
Correct.
It could be because you used a home remedy sunblock that didn't work, or it could be because you didn't apply it enough, or it could be because you didn't.
There's a lot of varieties.
Yeah, there's so many things that happen, right?
So in the end of the day, ultimately, it's just our decision whether to believe it or not when it appears on social media.
So what Facebook is doing now is it's taking the first step for us in the sense that it's telling us, you know what, there's a very high chance that these things
may be misleading.
Yeah, are misleading.
Okay.
Yeah, are misleading. Like for example, previously we talked about this whole thing where people don't vaccinate their kids.
Okay, got it.
Because they think that vaccinating their kids are
supposed
bad.
to be self.
So, and then because of that, they start contracting measles, and they are stronger measles because blah blah blah. Then you go down a rabbit hole. Yeah.
So this is very hard to say. Yeah. In the end, if let's say Facebook were to control much, then it becomes no different than other, our previous past media that's been controlled. Like TV, like newspaper. Yeah. If Facebook has more control, then less freedom we'll have in social media already. Yeah. So pros and cons.
So the like you say, right? I think the state of social media now is it has passed the decentralized stage.
Correct.
It is a stage where social media becomes centralized and regulated,
going towards the direction.
Yeah, it's no longer the part where you can say anything or do anything on social media and nobody will get hurt.
Yeah. Or nobody will control you or ban you.
Yeah, nobody will control and ban you because it's like completely free. There is freedom. Now we're reaching a point where there is no longer freedom on social media. Slowly going away.
So we don't know how much only.
So I'm pretty sure eventually it'll all go away. I mean, to me, it's for the better lah. But it's the idea of not having freedom to express myself that I don't agree with. But whatever Facebook is banning and controlling are all the bad things. So I'm fine because I don't do all these bad things.
Yeah, correct.
I prefer the ecosystem I'm in is a lot more peaceful,
fresh,
helpful. Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Supportive.
Yeah, but let's just hope it doesn't go towards the extreme side lah.
Yes, I hope so too.
Like home to the extent where other homemade things are banned as well. Yeah. So that small business owner cannot leverage on.
Right. I think that's
that's very sad.
I think that's a fine line that they have to tread.
Yeah.
Like fake home remedies or just something that can help you feel better instead of this will cure your cancer.
Whatever you promise, don't overpromise.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Back to ethics. Right, next up, Instagram has a new sticker to invite people into chat rooms. It's a novelty trick at best, but it still generates some buzz. Now you can include a sticker requesting people to join your chat room from stories. Based on my experience, this can work well with discussion topic that expands beyond the tedious Q&A back and forth. Also, if the topics are more appropriate behind closed doors. It would also be a good way to get close friends to RSVP to events without needing to text everyone separately. it's just another variety lah, I would say, it's option. Like a more simpler process for the Q&A.
Yeah.
That's my experience
Because
from the joint chat room.
like there are a lot of people who are doing all this Q&A, and then it's like I ask a question and you post an answer, right? One by one.
Very hectic.
But it's a more of a public display type. It's like I publish all this for everyone to see. But what chat room does is it brings the entire discussion into a closed door environment, like behind the scenes environment where you don't actually screenshot stuff and share it out. But it's good as, for example, if you have a bunch of close friends that you always hang out with, and then you can actually post stories to get everyone who wants to go for the event, like a karaoke or a potluck dinner this weekend, to join. Whoever who wants to join will just join the chat room, and instead of going like you having to go one by one person.
Yeah, correct. One hello, kind of thing. Yeah, it's I would say it's just another option for users to play with according to what is convenient to them.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
So, but
it's a kind of engagement. It's a different kind of engagement that they are bringing from the people. You see, from here, I want to bring up this thing, right? It's like previously we talk about engagement on social media as in like comments, likes, shares, but social media engagement has evolved into something else. It has become more discussionary. Well, I guess discussionary is a word. More of a discussion-based, personalized, more of a Q&A, polling system, and getting people into chat rooms and starting proper conversations instead of just going like love.
Yeah, like it's not a very click.
Yeah,
it's
not a click thing. Yeah,
it's not a like thing anymore. So vanity matrix will slowly diminish from this kind of
yes. So maybe we can say that we can evolve the vanity part into like the slide to show your love, or yes, no, maybe
simple,
this kind of stuff. But once it gets a bit deeper, where the respondent actually needs to key in something, that is like proper engagement.
Yes, correct. That I agree too. So instead of like now the engagement still counts likes, love, and comment as part of engagement.
Yeah. We still have this kind of basic stuff, but we can actually go into a more in-depth and detailed
comments. How many people post comments?
What kind of comments they give, a proper two-way communication.
Yeah, correct. I think that's a better map.
Yeah.
It's a more quality
metrics
measurement.
Yeah.
Next up,
Instagram protecting bullying with 2 new features. Instagram is taking a hard move against bullying on its platform this year, and they are starting with these 2 features. The first is Instagram's AI flagging your negative comment and asking you if, quote, you're sure you want to post this comment, unquote. This is to create a second thought on people who post comments and get them to rethink their actions. I saw a screenshot of this. I didn't actually try it out, but I saw a screenshot of this. Whenever someone posts a negative comment, the AI will read the words and then will determine if it's a negative comment, and then they will actually, while uploading the comment, it kind of pause the upload. Then it will ask you the question, are you sure you want to post this? Yes or no? So you can have the second thought of either to post it or to remove it. This is specifically targeted to trolls and cyberbullies who are sometimes in the spark of heat. Like when you are angry, you just feel like throwing something out, and it kind of pause you and say, hey, chill a bit, have a look at this. Do you really want to post this? And if not, they'll remove it for you. If yes, then you'll post it anyway. Then there is also a second layer which will be introduced, is the ability to quietly restrict users looking at your account. This is kind of like shadow banning.
Okay.
Users can shadow ban users. It works by blocking their comments on your post, but without them knowing. So how it works is that, let's say if you have something bad to say to me, and I know you are a bully, right? So what I do is I actually restrict your account. It's not
Restrict.
It's not blocking. It's not muting. It's not unfollow. It's just restrict. So from your point of view, we are still friends. You still see my comments, and you can still you still see my post and you can comment to my post. But what happened is whatever you comment to my post, only you can see it. Nobody else can see your comment.
Come again? Only.
So all your comments to my post, only you can see.
So it's like a you self talk to yourself kind
Yeah,
of situation.
but from your point of view, you think that your comment is publicly posted.
giving a false hope.
Yeah, but from everybody else, from me and from all my friends, your comment doesn't exist.
Okay.
Yeah. So why they do this is because there are people who are kind of like they are in offline case, right? We are connected to people who are bullies, maybe from schools, from work or anything, right?
Okay, yeah.
So they don't want to make it such a big deal, like draw a line and say, I don't like you, I'm going to unfollow you. But they can keep it very passive to limit the bully's effect on the user experience without being confrontational. So the bully don't know that you're actually shadow banning that person.
The bully is happy because the word is out, but then
yes.
the fella,
but then you realize
the bully one is also okay because I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, because I didn't hear anything, and then the kena bully also is happy because their friends don't see the bully's comment. Then the bully will post whatever he wants to post, and then he'll be like, why isn't anyone responding to my comment?
He'll suddenly like shut off himself.
Yeah.
Okay, good move.
I think it's a good move because I think a lot of people who are victims of bullying, right, they are afraid of their bullies. And they don't dare to unfollow. They don't dare to mute. They don't dare to do anything. Right? So then what they...
Very simple.
I think to a lot of people it's not as simple as that.
Yeah, they consider a lot more factors lah.
And for example, it gets worse when it's offline. It's like if a bully, like let's say for example, if someone tries to troll you, right, and then you block that person, and then that person starts to troll you around everywhere with all your friends, start saying stupid things to your friends, and you know that this person is capable of doing that, so you don't dare to mess with this person, right? So then what you do is you allow that person to bully you because you're afraid of that person.
So then we become influence of that person.
Yeah. So then we become victims of this bully. But what this function does is it gives the bully the impression that they're bullying someone, but actually they're not.
Being ignored, but without knowing that he's being
yeah.
Ayo. Okay lah. This psychological method works lah.
I think it's a good move.
Yeah, I think it's a good move too.
Yeah.
Like it's happy for both sides. So
yes.
Peace everyone.
Yeah. Peace everywhere.
Bullies, my god. Alright, next up, Snapchat rolls out another game. This time it's a tennis game, which can be played alone, also sad, or with friends.
For practice.
Solo play first.
Solo play for practice first. Before you get trashed by your friends.
I also just newly download only.
Yeah.
Then suddenly I win.
I know, right? Yeah. So many of all these kiasu people.
I know, right? So Joseph, oops. Anyway, Snapchat is going strong with their in-app games, which they hope will start generating them some income. Possible money makers include the traditional in-app purchases or even the less invasive advertisement and sponsored games. In 2016, Snapchat worked with Gatorade to launch a tennis game for their US Open. Now that more people are playing games on the platform, they can bring back this work relationship. Good. Very good.
So yeah, I like how Snapchat is taking a very strong
collaboration
strong position in gaming, and I think if they do it well, they can actually start making a lot of money in this realm. Like for example, they can sell like sticker packs, branded sticker packs, virtual Nike shoes or whatever it is, and
I think that will work also.
Right, like during special sports events, they can create a special game specifically for that sports event.
Correct.
Do a tournament with all the players that are in there.
Because now I think we have moved to a stage whereby gaming sports itself is going towards e-sport already.
Yes,
exactly. It's a potential lucrative industry, and even so, right? I mean, come on, look at it. Who would have thought Mobile Legends can come out with their own tournament?
Exactly.
So if Snapchat were to roll out a game that has the hype, they can even come out with their own, Snapchat tournament.
Yeah. No. I mean, I I completely agree with you, and I think this is a very strong thing. It's like, for example, 15 years ago, if I told my mom that I want to play game and make money from it, she'll slap me in the face and say, "Go find a real job."
Yeah.
But now this has become a real job.
Yeah, look at Dota player, man.
I know, and
earning more than us.
and athletes are being sponsored by like Nike and Adidas, to. I mean,
Yeah, you
ask-
physically fit anymore.
right? You asked the question, right? Nike and Adidas is a physical sport thing, and all you do in Dota is just sit down, crack your brain. I mean, it is a kind of sport where you work your brain, but it's not as if you're running or sprinting or jumping.
Yeah,
or
it's not physical, but more of the reaction part of the sport.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah.
have to be physically fit.
So, but in any case, like you said, right, gaming is becoming a big thing and a real thing. And
Yep.
if Snapchat builds up this one with the younger crowd, I think they will be
They might
able to
pull
get
it
some
along.
good sponsorship.
Correct. I think they're going on a potential good direction.
Yep.
So let's see how they go.
Let's see how they go. I do hope that Snapchat makes it big because they are right now the closest contender
To
to Facebook and Instagram.
Hmm.
And although they're not doing as nearly as well, but you need someone to compete with them to keep them on their heels.
Correct.
If not,
Monopolization will happen.
and Instagram monopolize and no one's gonna care about anything else.
Yeah, just like Grab.
Oops, just like Grab.
Anyways, let's talk about Libra.
Next up, India moves to block Libra from entering the country. The government stands that Libra as a currency hasn't properly explained to anyone yet.
Mhm.
What is it? What it is as a currency and how it affects the country. So India is worried about its sovereignty. So in its attempt to protect its sovereignty against the uncertainty of this cryptocurrency, India said they will not allow anyone within the country to trade in this currency until proven secure.
Okay.
So from the very beginning, say 2 weeks ago, when Libra got announced, they had a very basic white paper that explained what Libra is, what is its reach and everything. So I think the first response from governments would be to protect the sovereignty of their own currency.
Yeah, correct.
We did talk about the possibility if Libra becomes a currency so big that everybody, all the users, will lose, not to say lose confidence, but don't want to trade with our local currencies anymore. And
losing their value.
that's like breaking one of the government's two major legs to control its finances, its economy. And India has always been very skeptical of Facebook because previously Facebook launched a special free internet for India, which was quotes free. But what happened was it's free in a way that you can use internet for free, provided you have Facebook installed.
Okay, alright.
And you use Facebook Messenger.
India has free internet by Facebook or
Facebook gave India free internet.
Of course, there's a give and take on
Yeah, but the catch is that it is kind of like through Facebook, like you have to use Facebook services and everything like that. And India says, screw you, right? This is not free. This is controlling Indians and what is this called? Motivating them to use Facebook in order to go online. And this is by no means free. So what happened is that India banned this service and says Facebook is not allowed to bring this service in, which is good because I think it's a good move. So after that, Facebook completely abandoned the idea.
They are trying to
in
penetrate
any other
India,
country. Yeah, they want to go into India, but they don't have a good work ethic. They don't have good ethics, and the Indian government is not stupid, right? They know they are the next billion to emerge from
the global markets and
the
stuff.
global market, and they are going to be a very huge. They're going to be the next China.
Yeah, correct.
Right, and everybody is trying to exploit them.
Yeah, because their talents are good.
Yeah.
Especially now it's a data-driven talent.
Yes,
And
exactly.
they are very-
Exactly. And they are very savvy when it comes to
mathematical.
this. They're very savvy when it comes to this. So Libra is another one. And I don't think India will be the first country who will take a stance against Libra. I think this will be the rise of many other countries who will also rise up and say, we have no confidence in Libra and we will not let our people
I
use
think
Libra.
this is more of a political war kind of situation, really.
I don't think it's political war.
Is it?
I think it's
It's like a globalization kind of issue.
it is.
But people don't
Globalization
want-
is not politics. Globalization is economic.
Sorry, economic. Sorry.
So-
How do you call this? Like, it's a war, but it's like, okay, I'm going to restrict how much you can control my country kind of situation.
It's economic because why? We talked about how many companies that are going to sit at the board of Calibra, right? And majority of these companies will be from what country?
Yeah.
And what region of countries? European countries, very rich people. We also talked about it potentially being the next cartel, the next oligarch. And because of that, countries, especially emerging countries, are afraid of opening their doors completely to this kind of to Libra, because it is not decentralized. It is not controlled by the people. It's controlled by a small group of companies, just 100 of them, who have enough money to be richer.
Yeah.
And they will potentially control the entire economy of that country, like India, Malaysia, And this is something the government should be afraid of. Should be very, very careful before letting
them coming in.
Yeah, letting them come in.
So, well, Libra is a good idea, but it comes with a lot of challenge and hurdle.
And it's also worse because the people behind it, they have a history of not being very good people.
Yeah. Well, it's just, I don't know what to say lah. Only God can sanction Libra coin, I guess.
Yeah.
Or whoever that believes in the same God.
All right. That's all for the weekly social media updates. We move on to SMW's Quora Query. SMW Quora Query is a section where we scour Quora for interesting social media or marketing topics, and we give our thoughts. This week's Query of the Week: what beginners need to know about starting an e-commerce website. Starting an e-commerce website is incredibly rewarding, especially now that most buying are done online instead of offline. But if you do not manufacture your own products and control its distribution, it's difficult to compete with the reach of Amazon and Lazada. That said, this doesn't mean that we should completely abandon the e-commerce idea altogether for our brand. But here are some good things to get sorted out before getting your website off the ground and getting into the whole e-commerce thing. The first one is to understand that operational setup is massive. Today, buyers expect purchases made online should be delivered within the next 2 to 3 days. Any later, and the chances of them buying gets lower. This means that you need to build an operational system all the way from ordering, order receiving, packaging, and delivery within the next 24 hours. It's okay if your orders are still low, but who in the world builds an e-commerce site just to receive 2 to 3 orders a day, right?
Yeah.
Of course, when you build it, you want to hopefully receive like a few hundred orders a day. Even if you do not need the capacity in the beginning, it's something you need to already have ready to deploy when the volume sets in. So this includes an entire department of people who sits in front of the computer taking orders every day.
Plan the route.
Yeah, and you have a warehouse nearby with an order guy who goes in, packs your stuff, and then the whole system to actually send it out within the day.
Yeah, correct. I've seen this before because one of my friends, he's doing a drop shipping also.
Yeah.
So what he does is he source China. He source what's the
Bagels, jewelry,
jades
yeah.
jades and stuff like that, crystals from China.
Yeah.
And then sells it on Amazon and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So practically his house is full of packages.
It's like a stockish lah. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Sits down every day, take order.
Yeah,
and then look at the stock. Yes.
The process.
So it's a very repetitive. It's a very task-heavy process, right? And you need people to sit down and do these type of things day in, day out, day in, day out, day in, day out.
Yeah.
And it's not just like running a retail and then like hopefully someone buys online.
No, it's not that easy.
Yeah. Like we had a client once who sat down with us for 3-4 hours to discuss the e-commerce thing, and after knowing that they have to actually set up an entire operational team just to manage the flow of this thing, they said no thanks. They don't want to do it.
Well,
It's
comes
not,
with the
yeah.
lah.
So So I think this is big. This is very important. The whole setup needs to be there.
Yeah, if your operation is not smooth, right, you're gonna have a lot of headache, troubleshooting the
Then
thing.
your delivery gets late, and then people start complaining.
Then your
giving bad
reputation is gone.
reviews. Yeah.
So yeah, the business plan. Many of us past brick and mortar clients that want to sell online always tries to sneak the additional cost of e-commerce to the buyers. If this happens, buying online will often be more expensive than buying off the shelves. But e-commerce prices are supposed to be cheaper because you cannot ask them to pay the cost of your retail lot if they haven't used it. There's also the possibility that your demographics could be different from offline shoppers. Take some time to learn who they are through hypothesis testing with content and ads. Yeah, this is true also because I think retail, no matter what, is still higher cost compared to e-commerce.
Yeah.
So
because when someone buys from retail, they are actually buying your staff, who is the salesperson, the commission that person is earning. You're buying the presentation of your retail lot, the air conditioning, the lighting, the whole presentation stuff, the music behind it, the food, the real estate that they're walking into, to buy the stuff, and these things are added into the cost.
Yeah, correct.
So if a brick and mortar business who is like traditionally have a retail lot, they sell something at let's say $50, and then they want to set up a delivery service where they sell that same item, but then they want to include the packing and the delivery cost inside. So it's going to be let's say $53, which doesn't make sense because $50 includes the physical retail lot. If you remove the physical retail lot, how much is the price? Maybe what? $25, $26, and then you add the delivery, which comes up to what? $30. So technically, buying online should actually be cheaper than buying offline.
Correct, yeah.
Because you can have a warehouse in some ulu part of Kajang that is like very cheap rental compared to some place in Mid Valley, which is like 20, 50, 100 times more expensive.
Correct. I think it's more importantly is to see your business cost ultimately.
Yeah.
Like if you really got a very like a warehouse that has a very cheap retail monthly, then and it's cheaper than e-commerce, why not?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
In the end, it's the money and cents that make sense.
Yeah. But for whoever who wants to go into e-commerce, who already has retail, whoever who wants to go into e-commerce, they have to understand that they cannot add the price on top of your retail price. So your business plan must be built in such a way that it only makes sense for people to buy online if it's cheaper than buying offline.
Yeah, correct. If the end goal is more expensive, forget about it. I don't think this is this business is suited for e-commerce.
Yes. Or it's not that the business is suited for e-commerce, but the business plan is to change.
Yes, correct.
How your pricing strategy must change.
Yeah. Or if your business is doing good, you don't have to worry.
Yeah.
And
the other thing is also the possibility that your demographics could be different from offline shoppers. That like I foresee that there's a high possibility that online shoppers are generally younger than offline shoppers. They could buy the same thing, but online shoppers can be younger. They are more risk averse. They are more risky in terms. I don't think risk is a big issue now because if you buy from a credit card, then you are.
You're talking about what kind of risk?
Like buying the wrong thing, getting scammed by someone buying online.
Well, they credit reviews a lot, so I guess that's how they counter the risk.
Yeah. So I don't think risk is much of an issue, but online buyers tend to be younger than offline buyers. So let's say, for example, if you have done retail for 20, 30 years and your buyers are like between like, let's say 45 to 60 years old.
The customer that supports your business one.
Yeah. And then you put it online and you realize that all of a sudden you have a new group of buyers which are younger. So that changes everything. It changes your business plan. It changes how you package, how your website layout should look like.
What kind of words to say.
It changes when your advertisement, what kind of copy you do, what kind of visuals you put in, and how you position your products.
Yeah, agree.
So that is where your business plan should, do a review to look at if there's a possibility that a new group of people appears.
Yeah, like another way of marketing, so to say.
Yeah.
True.
Next up, have a business strategy. just like a brick and mortar store, opening an e-commerce site will not automatically bring all the customers to your doorstep. You need to have a plan. You need to plan a strategy around your website and market the hell out of it. It also helps to find a niche of your own so you can move away from larger competitors like Amazon, Lazada, and Shopify. This is the same as how people say, I built my website and all of a sudden the traffic will come in.
You need time and you need effort.
And you need marketing and you need sales.
Yes.
That is, you like, if you start a retail shop in the middle of nowhere and nobody does marketing, nobody will know where your shop is.
Yeah.
So
just forgo the get rich quick mentality, put effort in it.
Yes.
It's effort.
And whatever angle we are from, at the end of the day, there is marketing and sales efforts to be put on top of every single thing that you put out. You can create the best product in the world, but if nobody knows that your product exists, nobody will buy your product. You can build the best e-commerce website in the world, and if nobody knows it exists, nobody will go to your site.
Or manage it properly, this kind of thing. So stay focused, business owners. Right, next up, stay away from ready-made websites if you can. While it's easy and cheap to set your website up with drag and drops platform like Wix, stunning website, and Etsy or Etsy.
Actually, it's not Etsy, it's Weebly.
Weebly. Sorry, Weebly. Wrong, my bad. They are incredibly limited. Instead, invest a bit on WordPress website that comes with modularity. This means it will last you a lot longer and comes supported with thousands of powerful plugins created by other users. It's as simple as do you want to buy a fully furnished retail shop ready-made for you or a customized one where it's empty?
Yeah.
It's that simple. You think about it.
It looks nice and you get to move in fast, but you don't get the functionalities and the features and everything you want for your shop.
Correct. Yeah.
That will be the difference. And the problem with like sites like Wix and Weebly is that you may be able to get it started fast, but you can't use it for long. So it may be a good one for you to like test market with. But if you're going serious on e-commerce, we strongly suggest you set up a WordPress website. Because it's more powerful, it will last you like 5, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. All you need to do is just update your theme and you're fine.
Correct. I think it's more cost efficient. So
it is more cost efficient in the long run, yes.
Yeah. So just think about it. Like if you plan to go into e-commerce kind of thing. Next up, hire a specialist to maintain website security, functionality, and stocks. Sometimes the website will go down without warning, and it could be due to a million reasons. Sometimes a random hacking bot to take your entire website off the grid, and it may take weeks to sort out if you're lucky. With thousands of SKUs in your website, the last thing you want is to roll it back so far you have to key everything in again. Hire a website specialist to safeguard your site and keep everything in well-oiled manner.
This is the same as hiring a security guard or a store manager or a shopkeeper. You need a virtual store manager. Just because you cannot hold it and touch it doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It takes a long time to manage all this stuff and key in all your SKUs and variations. And God forbid, if something goes wrong and you did not secure it properly, you might have to roll it back a few weeks. And if you just had a new season come in and your staff has like spent days and days updating all the data and it's gone and you have to redo everything again. The idea of having an e-commerce website is that people can log in, can go in any time and check anything and actually buy from you at any time they want.
Yeah, correct.
And if your website is always down and it's not functioning, that defeats the purpose.
Imagine every day or every 2 days your store manager MC like that.
Yeah, same thing. And then once they MC, right, they come back, right, they will. No, what's worse is once they MC, they come back, right, they will lose some memory one. They will forget what they did the past few days.
Then after you have to not only cannot manage your business, you also have HR problem to manage.
Yeah. So it's not very expensive to hire one. If you have the money, you get an in-house. If you don't have the money, you get an outsourced one.
Yeah.
Sit down and always update all the data for you, keep everything secure for you so you can prevent. And a lot of people say that, oh, my website is just new, nobody wants to hack my site. Actually, it's not about the people. There are bots everywhere who will randomly just insert malware into every single website.
Yeah, correct.
For no reason.
Yeah.
Big, small, they don't discriminate. They don't care whether it's big or small. You just open it yesterday or the day before. Your website can be 2 weeks old and all of a sudden it gets hacked and you lose everything.
Yeah, this is like, just take it like it's like your health lah. This is like oh, I'm still young, I'm not gonna get any cancer, whatever.
And boom,
and then I
happens,
don't buy any insurance.
Yeah.
Just be smart.
Yep. Next one is hire a marketing team that can data storytell. Data storytelling is the ability to make sense of all the data you combine, all the data you compile. And unlike offline purchase, there is so much data that online customers provide us, because at every step of the way, right, we are tracking what they are doing, why are they buying, why what they are buying, what they are not buying, and what they see but do not buy, what they And it will be a waste if you do not make full use of the data to help strategize.
Yeah, correct.
This one is important because once you set up e-commerce, right, you will open yourself up to so much data. And if you waste your data away, you don't remarket, you don't cross-sell, you don't upsell with all the information that you have, you're wasting everything away.
Yeah, you may miss opportunities.
Yes, and it may think that, oh, you know what, it's going to cost me some money to hire a marketing team, whether internal or external, but the value you get back from the marketing team is so much more in the sense that they will help you sell to so many more people.
Correct, yeah. What I can think of for business owner is don't have the mindset to start hiring marketing team. Understand that maybe their cost may be low at the beginning, but have the budget for it anyway. Plan for it because you're going to need it in the future.
Yes, you will going to need it in the future. Whether it's internal or external, you need a marketing team. Especially one who can read data and then tell you a story from the data. Not just one who just boost post and then see what happens at the end of the day. Click and boost.
Yeah.
All right, so that's all for Quora Query, and that also wraps up this week's Social Media Weekly. Social Media Weekly podcast is available on Anchor FM, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and more. Our full videos are available on YouTube, and we post bits and clips on Instagram and Facebook. This is Social Media Weekly, episode 9th July 2019. My name is Sean.
And I'm JK.
We just want to say something before we leave, is that because I'll be away on holiday next week and the week after and the week after,
3 days, 3 weeks.
I think this week, hold on, let me see. 3 Tuesdays. I'll be away 3 Tuesdays. I'm actually coming back on the 31st, which is on a Wednesday.
All right.
So 3 Tuesdays, I'll be away. I will try to see if we can fit in an SMW on the first or 2nd. So we just skip 2 weeks.
Okay, got it.
I'll let you know, but I'll be traveling quite a bit. So if I don't have time to compile the information, then we will skip that week.
Okay.
So there will be no SMW and Tipsy VP for the next 2 weeks at least. And we will see you again on the first week of August.
All right.
Au revoir.
Sayonara.